You know who's a really forgettable character? Knuckles the Echidna. And no, I don't mean forgettable like, wait, who's that red guy again? We know Knuckles. He's the big red bruiser with fists the size of microwave ovens, who guards the Master Emerald with the intensity of someone protecting their last brain cell. His design is iconic, his gliding is hilarious, and let's be real, he's got a vibe. But here's the thing, over the years, we've kinda misplaced his purpose. Like, we know what he does. Guard the big rock, punch stuff, occasionally fall for obvious lies. But why is he still a part of the crew? Why does a serious, no-nonsense musclehead keep hanging out with a blue adrenaline junkie and a fox boy who could probably file taxes at age 6? It's like we all quietly accepted that Knuckles just shows up because he's Knuckles and we love him. But that's not good enough. We forgot the real reason he's here. We forgot what makes him essential. Well, guess what? That ends today. Welcome to Tales Nexus, the only place where deep Sonic lore discussion is sandwiched between bad jokes and an even worse upload schedule. And today, we're shining the spotlight on someone who deserves way more love than he gets. Red Tails! That's right, folks, Red Tails was a pivotal figure in many important Sonic stories, bravely... I can't even fake it, you know I mean Knuckles. Big K, Nucky, Mr. I Don't Chuckle. He's the last of his kind, the lone guardian of a floating island, and the only person in the Sonic cast who reacts to nonsense like a real human being. And sometimes, that's all we need. He's blunt, he's grounded, and he's done with your nonsense, and that makes him more important than most people realize. Now, once upon a time, I uploaded my very first video. Holy crap, it's already been 4 weeks since I started this arc of my channel. Man, time is wild. 1 minute you're editing frame by frame in open shot, next minute you're up at 3 AM making Sonic memes and forgetting what sleep feels like. Anyway, way back on that video, commenter Princess Pikachu swooped in and dropped this absolute gem of a comment. And first of all, where did you get those socks? I am not joking, I am not playing. I need those socks like Knuckles needs to not fall for Eggman's lies for the 47th time. How am I going to run a Tails themed channel and not have Tails socks? What sort of fraudulent fan have I become? Ah! That said, yes, excellent taste, Tails supremacy, you are valid, and I salute you. And if any of you out there also have obscure Sonic merch, especially anything Foxboy related, feel free to flex it in the comments. I will be jealous and I will make it your problem. So today's video is about why Knuckles matters. We're diving deep into who Knuckles really is, what he's become over time, the ups, the downs, the questionable writing choices, the unique role he fills in the Sonic trio, and why he's absolutely essential to the franchise, even if he's not always front and center. This isn't just about punching robots or gliding off cliffs. This is about legacy, balance, and what happens when you take the muscle out of the brain speed muscle trio. So let's give the big red guy the respect he's earned, and maybe a few more appearances outside of cameos and meme bait.
Meme! Approved!
Now, funny thing is, this video didn't just magically spawn from the chaotic depths of my brain. Nope, this one was actually suggested to me. That's right, a viewer request. Granted, I'm like 3 weeks late, but look, I had a bunch of stuff lined up, alright? Scripts, edits, existential crises, the works. But then I thought, you know what? Screw it. Viewer idea time. Let's do this. So Huxley Day, this one's for you, mate. Your idea? It's now content. Your request? Fulfilled, with bonus rambling, jokes, and probably too many references to Tails' superiority. Thanks for the suggestion. So, let's kick things off with a bit of context. Just who is Knuckles the Echidna? Well, Knuckles is the last Echidna, a descendant of an ancient order who served as the guardians of the Master Emerald. Now, this title of last Echidna could mean one of two things. One, he's the last Echidna ever in the Sonic universe, or two, he's the last of his tribe or specific order of guardians. And personally, I'm leaning towards the first one. I mean, look at me using fancy speculative phrasing like a real lore YouTuber. Next I'll be saying words like narrative dissonance. Knuckles is a hot-headed, no-nonsense kind of guy. He made his grand debut in 1993's Sonic the Hedgehog 3, a game that would eventually be combined with Sonic and Knuckles to form one glorious cartridge fusion like some kind of pixel-powered Voltron. He's a loner. He lives up on Angel Island, punches first, asks questions never. And what's wild is, he's absurdly good at fighting. Like, really good. He's never been formally trained, no dojo, no mentor, no 5-year Echidna bootcamp. It's all instinct. This guy basically woke up one day and thought, time to channel my ancestral trauma into these fists, and it worked. What makes Knuckles so cool is that he can literally punch the super out of Sonic. Not even joking. That subtle moment in Sonic Frontiers where Sonic flinches when Knuckles goes in for a fist bump? That wasn't nerves, that was trauma. You just know he flashed back to getting slammed back into base form. Now, Knuckles' main gig is guarding the Master Emerald. He doesn't really know why. That info was probably lost with his people, but he's made it his mission anyway. Over time, he's expanded his duty to protecting all of Angel Island, not just the glowy green Chaos Rock. He takes it seriously. Way too seriously. To the point that, if you even look at Angel Island the wrong way, he's ready to knock your rings out. But there's a catch. As strong and determined as Knuckles is, he's also gullible. And not just haha silly himbo gullible, more like can be manipulated with the emotional intelligence of a 90s pop-up ad. Back in his debut, Dr. Eggman tricked him into thinking Sonic and Tails were thieves coming to steal the Master Emerald, and Knuckles bought it immediately. Now, to be fair, it kind of makes sense. Eggman would have been a total unknown to Knuckles at the time. The guy lives alone on a floating island with no connection to the outside world. He's not checking Mobius Twitter or watching the news. You show up with a convincing story and a dramatic mustache, and boom, you've got yourself an Echidna enforcer. Over time, Knuckles honestly hasn't changed that much from his original debut. Sure, there's been a few hiccups along the way, like Treasure Hunter Knuckles? I mean, okay, Sonic Team, let's take the solemn, purpose-driven, island-protecting Guardian and, wait for it, have him abandon that said island to go dig for jewels? Because that totally makes sense narratively. But hey, they gave him a pretty sick hat, so I guess it balances it out? Anyway, back on track. Knuckles may still be the hot-headed hard-ass we know and love, but his role in the series has shifted a bit. Instead of always being the solitary guardian of the floating rock, he's become more of a team player. These days, he hangs around with Sonic and Tails a lot more. Functioning as a kind of friendly rival to Sonic, he'll bicker with him, clash with him, maybe throw a punch if the mood strikes, but at the end of the day, there's a mutual respect there. But when it comes to Tails, yeah, they don't really talk, do they? Like, seriously, when was the last time Tails and Knuckles had an actual conversation that wasn't just, hey, Eggman's that way? Their relationship feels less like a friendship and more like co-workers who tolerate each other at Chili's. It's weird, right? They're always in the same scenes, they're on the same team, and yet their dynamic feels more allies by association than genuine bond. The only real emotional through line I can remember is how Knuckles occasionally reassures Tails, like when he quietly acknowledges his strengths in Sonic Heroes, and more directly in Sonic Frontiers. That's sweet and all, but can we please get some actual bonding moments? I need the dynamic of over-caffeinated Fox Nerd and grumpy Red Jock becoming besties. Imagine the hijinks! Imagine the potential! Imagine the meme formats! Sonic Team, I am once again asking for Fox Jock bromance. But even without that, Knuckles plays an important role in the group. He's the straight man, the grounded one who reacts to Sonic's goofy energy with a deadpan glare and a clenched fist, and to Tails' tech lectures with visible confusion and growing frustration. He's also the muscle, not just for Team Sonic, but in the series at large, the don't mess with him guy. But underneath all that, he's got a heart, a big old bruised one. He cares about the Chaotix, even if that connection has been all but erased in recent years. And he shows real care for Tails, especially recognizing that Tails is still a kid learning how to be a hero. When Knuckles talks to Tails, he dials it back. He's encouraging, supportive, kind. He builds the kid up. But when it comes to Sonic, oh no, it's all tough love and roasted hedgehogs. More of a you know better, so do better hedgehog vibe. And honestly, I love that about him. He doesn't coddle Sonic, he respects him, he pushes him. It's like a less edgy version of Shadow's I will punch you into self-improvement technique. I think Knuckles, deep down, just doesn't want to owe anybody anything. He fights his own battles, walks his own path, but still shows up when it counts. So why do we need Knuckles? How do we know this isn't just some spoon Sega's been forcing down our throats for the last 30 years with the tired "it doesn't the same without him" tagline? Well, as much as it pains me to admit, Sega's kind of right. You see, Knuckles has evolved. Again. Not as just the guardian of the Master Emerald, but as the guardian of his team. Sonic and Tails have been given a place in his life. And he's realized they're not just there to cause chaos. They're there to help. And sure, it takes a while for Knuckles to come around. He's a little slow to warm up to people. But he's not dumb. He gets it. Look at Sonic Forces. Yes, Sonic Forces of all games, where Sonic gets locked up, Tails goes MIA, and the rest of the world's heroes are miserably losing the fight. Knuckles, though, he knows exactly what's at stake. He's not the kind of guy who's like, meh, let the world burn as long as my floating island's fine. No, he understands that sometimes the world's safety does take priority over his job of guarding some giant green rock. I mean, honestly, it's a rock. He's not about to let everything fall apart just to protect his turf. He's smarter than that. So, what does Knuckles do? He steps up. He takes charge. Knuckles isn't just a muscle guy. This dude will literally break his body and soul just to keep the things he loves safe. Talk about heart. Talk about dedication. That's genuinely noble. And that's why we need Knuckles, because no one else does what he does. Sure, Shadow will fight to his last breath, but what is he even fighting for? A dead kid who once said, "Hey Shadow, please don't do bad things." Great job, mate. You're really making your late friend proud. But seriously, I'm not here to clown on Shadow. If you like him, that's great. He's fine. I like him too. But let's be real, his character's got more holes than Swiss cheese. Like, granted, Shadow Generations does a lot to finally patch up some of those gaps. But seriously, how many versions of Shadow do we have to sit through to finally get some proper closure? We went from edgy amnesiac to motorcycle riding lone wolf to I work alone every single time. It's like Sega kept hitting the reset button on his character until they accidentally landed on one that made sense. About time, really. Knuckles? Knuckles is different. He's the voice of reason in the middle of the chaos, the subtle heart of gold wrapped in biceps of steel. This dude is the Echidna embodiment of a fistfight with destiny. I have never seen him intimidated by anything in my life. The most I've ever seen him afraid was when Sonic hit him with the homing attack and Knuckles went, oh no. That is the peak of Knuckles' terror. And let's be honest, that's not even close to terror. But on a serious note, Knuckles is essential. No one else can fill that role. No one else takes their duty as seriously as Knuckles does. I mean, except for Shadow. But Shadow's kind of an outlier. He doesn't play by the same rules as everyone else. And let's not forget, Knuckles is the only one who fully understands the Master Emerald and the Chaos Emeralds. Sure, the whole guarding the Master Emerald thing might feel like an easy way to write him out of a few games, but in reality, it preserves his lone guardian persona. If we see too much of Knuckles, we lose that mystery. Sometimes, less is more with this guy. People love Knuckles because of his attitude. They love Knuckles because he's unquestionably strong. And me? I love Knuckles because he serves a pivotal role in the Sonic franchise, being the perfect balance of serious tone and one of the best rivals Sonic has. He's not just a joke character, and he's certainly not just a big red punching bag. Knuckles is a cornerstone of what makes the franchise work. And if you disagree, well, you're totally entitled to your opinion. And that's a wrap on why we need Knuckles. Whether you agree or not, there's no denying this big red powerhouse's role in keeping the Sonic franchise grounded and slightly less chaotic. But hey, if I miss anything or you've got your own take, hit me up in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a chance to join in on more Sonic goodness right here at Tails Nexus. And as always, keep flying high.